Yeah, so, we tour with Word Splasher, which was going swimmingly well, until some gnolls decided to go into the Alley of Menace, despite Bentley Word Splasher's warning. And you dealt with the, the two out of control possessed gnolls, and that's where we left off last week session. So, Word Splasher says, "Oh my goodness, that is, oh my, they told them not to go in there. Oh, why won't anybody listen to me? It was dangerous. Is everybody okay?"
Yes, we are
Alive and
fine.
kicking. Alive and kicking.
Yes.
Well, that is pleasant news. Seems like Sar and Volgar, you took a bit of a beating, but I'm pleased that everybody is here. Now, I'm going to go quickly alert the redcoats. I suggest you do not leave the scene, but also do not enter the Alley of Menace. I'll be right back. And Word Splasher scurries away.
Did he just leave us here in front of the alley of madness?
I think the question is, are we going into the Alley of Madness?
You must be mad.
Fitting. Volgar, you're looking pretty beat up there. Can I offer some healing to you?
That sounds lovely.
Alright. I'm gonna use my healing light and use a d6 to heal up. See if it comes up. Okay. A little bit.
The one, right? That all counts. All along, Mantilier Word Splasher returns with a red cloak by the name of Nathal Wester, which some of you have bumped into before. All right. Word Splasher, I've heard your version of stories. The rest of you, someone, give me a description of what happened here this in this alley.
Well, basically, your reputable tour guide decided to show us this quote-unquote alley of madness, and these devilish creatures came out and just went insane on us. Not to mention, there's probably a couple of dead bodies down there. You should check it out.
They're gnolls.
The gnolls. Well, Word Splasher. We've talked about this before. It is fine you take your people on these interesting tours through the city, but I think in the future, you just need to cross this Alley of Menace off your list. And Word Splasher says, oh yes, of course, Mr. Wester. I did warn them. Know that a good rule of thumb. What's the rule of thumb I keep on telling you, Word Splasher? Tourists are idiots. Yes, that's right. Tourists are idiots. Assume the worst. But it seems as if you found some brave-hearted souls with these who resolved the situation. So unless any of you have any questions for me, does Nathal Wester at your service? We'll send a cleanup crew to deal with this. I'm not just having any old person wander into that menace and possibly being taken by the madness like these gnolls were.
What is the origin of this madness? Why does this happen to people?
Took the words out my mouth.
Well, as I'm sure Mr. Word Splasher told you, the old wall here that surrounds the inner city was the original wall created by the Dark Angels when they ruled this land thousands of years ago. There's always been something odd about the wall. If it's to tear it down, it seems to rebuild itself. You might have noticed when you're looking at bricks seem to shift, but when you lock eyes on the brick, it seems to stop. There's something odd and mysterious and even dark about this, which we attribute to the Dark Angels, where they ruled this land. Now, obviously you're going to say, let's tear the damn wall down. Don't think we haven't tried. It is built sturdy, and quite frankly, the nobles who live inside of the old wall have grown attached to it. They like the darkness of it. They like the general creepiness about it. In their words, it keeps the riff-raff out. So that's why it happened. And obviously the power of the Dark Angels are a little too, shall we say, strong here. Bottom line, avoid this area and you should be right. And Mr. Wordsplasher, please remove this from the tour itinerary.
These nobles are some questionable people, but... Where's Splasher? Where are we going next?
Before he leaves, Nethel Wester says, yes, they're interesting people, the nobles, but they pay their taxes. So we treat them with respect as accordingly. And
they aren't all the same.
True.
All right.
Well, if you're all ready then, why don't we continue the tour? I've got a couple more sites to show you. And just bringing up my notes that I forgot to open.
This place gives me the creeps in it.
I find it quite nice.
Yeah, not a place I would come to.
I'm sure you found the smell quite like home, I bet.
Mm.
Who are you talking to?
Our bugbear friend here.
Oh.
Of course, the bugbear.
Of course, the bugbear.
Where does a bugbear come from? Do bugbears have mothers?
Do bugbears have mothers? Of course we have mothers.
Well, I see where you get your looks from.
My mother was quite beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, Druid, you're awfully quiet over there. What do you think of all this situation going on? This alley of darkness?
I find it quite interesting. It's a little creepy, but the story they told about it piques my interest.
All right. Well, I have a question for you, Druid. Why are you here in town?
Well, I had a dream that I seen the city being destroyed, and there were horrible rains falling down from the sky, and a lot of bad things were happening. So I came to the city to warn them.
You don't think it was maybe something you ate?
I was gonna say, sure, any mushrooms weren't involved.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a very realistic dream, almost like a vision.
Well, as a practitioner of the arcane arts, I'll take your concern with caution.
Thank you.
I wonder if there are any other places where the dark magic from the angels lingers on. Has anyone heard of that kind of thing?
I can tell you that the chef over there, he carries it within him. We must snuff it out.
Yeah, the way he handled that carrot, I don't doubt it.
It was hedonic. It was wrong. The disrespect only a devil could make.
If anybody would like to make a history check, they think it's appropriate for the character, I could maybe answer some questions more about this Dark Angels, where some other areas of interest might be. So if you think it's appropriate for your character, please make me a history check.
I could try to do a history check. I mean,
Oh, Ari's been
Oh,
hitting
sorry,
the
I
books.
just
there we go.
went
No. That's good. That's good. That's awesome. I'll just throw mine in there too.
So apart from the old wall, the remaining remnants of the Dark Angels have left this town. I mean, the stark reminder of the age of the Dark Angels is the moon in the sky. And the moon in the sky is in fact shattered. It's shattered into many pieces. Because many, many years ago, the great cleric Sareth, from the top of Cloud Peak, managed to cast a spell, bringing together many energies, which just shattered the moon. And since the Dark Angels relied on darkness, they had the moon parked in front of the sun. But with the moon shattered, it was no longer possible for them to rule with such authority, and that was the beginning of the end. And so the top of the Cloud Peak is considered maybe some lingering effects from the spell that Sareth cast. And there's rumors about how they retreated back over all this way to the mountain fall, how their power perhaps still lingers there. And that's the most notable thing about what you know of the Dark Angels. Important thing was Sareth shattered the moon, so they couldn't hide in the darkness anymore.
All right. How do you spell Sareth's name?
Like that.
Okay.
Alright, so if you follow me through this way, this is the South District. Petty crime here tends to be a bit higher than other areas. I mean, if you want to commit a petty crime, not that I'm suggesting you do, of course, but this would be the place to do it, as guards and red cloaks tend to not patrol this area as much. Not nearly as much as the guards that patrol the High District, for example, which are just paid extremely well by the nobles, and they do an extremely good job. Lots of bars, dives here, but the thing I wanted to show you is this area down here, the Dog Pit. Because in the Dog Pit, fests, battles, contenders stake their claim, and the upcoming King's Game glory their names. This is where the final event of the King's Games will happen, where sword clashes with sword, and the winner ultimately gets a prize, an audience with the king. And in fact, if I look just here, there is a flyer. And it shows you the flyer, which I'm just posting in Discord. It's taking a long time for some reason, but it'll get there.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see your can you hear now. Yeah, I just had to change something.
I figured since you were replying, I'll put two and two together. Realize this flyer was so big. 46 meg, that shouldn't be too big. And almost there. Still got a natural one on my bandwidth. So there's the flyer there in all its glory. So it lists the events that comes up, and yeah. Feel free to take a moment to peruse that.
Wow.
So, Sbantler, those are the
And
games.
that's happening.
Well, that's happening in a.
That's happening here.
All right, here, yes, it's a celebration of the king, King Waldron in particular, but it's been celebrated for the kings and queens, I must say, down through the centuries to recognize that we are ruled by a rightful and noble king. Long live King Waldron Azanar, and the day to celebrate what a great thing he's done for the city. I mean, the treasury of the palace is overflowing, and they're using it to better the city. We have a well-regulated police force in the Red Cloaks. We have a well-regulated militia. Our southern, northern borders are protected. And it's some call it a golden age of Aglarion and Oathbreaker in particular. And I couldn't agree more.
I mean, judging by the inks used on this flyer, I can tell.
Well, yes. Very good.
Yeah, nice and colorful.
Yep, just a sec. My daughter's just texting me. Okay. Oh yes. Our printing is fantastic. All right. So I suggest you come along with that. There's magical prizes supplied by the Emporium of Marvelous Rarities, our local magic shop. I have one more stop to show. I believe some of you are familiar with this. Over here is the Temple of Life. At this point, Sora would look up. She was rescued here, and Ari bought some medical supplies here. As you no doubt know, this is the Temple of Life.
Boom! I appeared out of nowhere. I totally did not come home like 5 minutes ago. I thought you.
Surprise round.
It's my young daughter, who I thought was with her friends, but apparently she wasn't. And this is her.
You can certainly try.
All right.
Try we will.
That's when people ask the DM, "Can I do this?" And I say, "Well, like I said, I don't know. You can certainly try." So I had to send my daughter say it instead of me. All right. So you already were on the map, and he's not there. And Optimus says, thank you for bringing people here. Word splasher. That is the most appreciated. Sora, nice to see you again. Ari, nice to see you again. And the rest of
And
you.
you?
Of course, it's a pleasure to see you. You're always welcome here. I see you've brought some friends. And Silas, Thumper, and Vulgar, who haven't been here before, come. Just to be clear, this is a place where the Redeemer is worshipped. If you ever find yourself down on your luck, if you ever find yourself not being able to sleep without a roof over your head, or perhaps your belly is empty, please come and visit the Temple of Life. There is no charge for this. It is a free service. We've received donations from the Wildhammer family. He gives a nod to Ari. And from various other causes. So if you're ever down on your luck here, feel free to stay here for free. And if you can just afford a copper piece, that's fine. If you can't afford anything, that is also fine. Now, I Well, Wordsplash says, well, that concludes the tour of the city. This is our final stop. Thank you for being a part of my tour. And while tips are not compulsory, they're certainly expected.
I give him a carrot.
E-carrot?
Why would you give him such a valuable item?
Oh, the carrot. I only have one carrot. Okay, no, I don't give him the carrot. I give him a nice. Sorry.
Sorry. Did we pay him to begin with?
Silver piece.
Yeah, I thought we did.
Yeah, alright. Isn't the silver enough of a wage for you, mate? I don't know if you can tell by my garb, I'm not very well off. I mean, I could offer you a nice soft handshake, but that's about it.
Tips are not compulsory, but they're much appreciated. If you can't afford it, that is okay.
Alright, well.
I'll take that firm handshake. That would be fine.
Alright. I give him a nice soft handshake because my hands are furry.
You can't but give him a soft handshake. He looks with
Ari will give him. Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Ari will give him a silver piece.
Oh, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Looks at Silas. With doe eyes.
I'll also give him a silver.
Thank you.
I mean, he nearly killed us, but...
I did warn those people. I did warn them. But if you do feel that my service puts your life in danger, then I wouldn't expect it. But thank you, Miss Ari. Thank you, Mr. Silas. Looks at a Tory with doe eyes, just staring.
Ettore doesn't look at him, but he reluctantly pulls out a silver coin.
Thank you, good sir. Good sir. And I believe you only have carrots, Mr. Thumper?
Well, it's a very rare carrot to see.
They're worth more than silver.
They're worth more than silver, as the chef said, so... all I can give you is the breath in my lungs and a firm handshake. Firm, soft handshake, that's it. Thank you for your service.
And what about you, Mr. Vulgar?
Well, Vulgar will flick over a piece of silver.
Thank you very much. And I'll bid you adieu. But if you have any questions about Oathbreaker or Aglyria, feel free to come back to Wordsplash's totally local establishment. And I wish you all a good day. Othmir says, well, he was certainly, it's always a bit of a character, Wordsplash, a bit of a local legend around the town. You know, he's true what he says. He knows more about Oathbreaker than most people. But, Ari, are these friends of yours?
No, we just all collected to come on the tour together.
Well, Ari and I are friends. We're work colleagues as well.
Yes, Ettore just arrived. He's the new chef at the house.
Very interesting.
We're very close.
But,
well, I'm friends with Ettore, so I'd say by proxy I'm friends with Ari. Nice to meet you, Thumper.
We're not friends.
And Volgar is friends with Thumper, so he's probably friends with Ari as well.
It's wonderful. That's wonderful, isn't that how all friends start? A friend of a friend, and before you know it, you're fast friends. I might have a quiet word with you first, Ari. Just something that's come up.
Something troubling you?
Well, yes. Well, first of all, I know you said they're not your friends, but do you consider them capable? Are they just a bunch of nobodies? Do they have certain skills, shall we say?
I think they do have skills. Yes, yes, I think they do have skills.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. You've got a good head on your shoulder, lass. All right. Varys vouched for your abilities, and I will vouch for your abilities. So we have a bit of a problem here at the old temple. And there's no easy way to put this, so perhaps it's best if I show you. And he takes you all around to the back of the temple, to a bit of a mini farm they've got going there. And there's 3 pigs in there. And a Tory, there would be some fine eating on these pigs. And you've seen the very basic beans and rice type dishes they've been eating. And you think that's quite odd. Would you say anything about...
Who has been giving this swine this food? It's not good for their stomachs.
Sorry, the people down on their luck are eating beans and rice. So the question is...
Oh, okay, but the pigs are there. Okay, where?
Yeah. So why aren't they eating the pigs? Would be the question.
Mm-hmm. We can make some good food with these pigs and feed many people here at your temple. Why are they here, serving no purpose?
Well, I can tell you you're a chef. You've got a keen eye, and indeed we make the gold stretch as far as we can, and why wouldn't we eat the pigs? Well, you see, this all started about a week or so ago. One of our customers was eating the food. Then all of a sudden, he started screaming, and his hands turned into trotters. His back turned pink. Hair grew on his back. He grew a snout. He grew 4 little legs. And he literally turned into a pig. So to answer your question, Atori, why don't we serve these pigs? Well, the pigs used to be people, and some people would consider that bad luck. Then a few days later it happened again. A few days later it happened again. And I'd really, really like your help with this situation, because people are still going to come here, even if it's going to literally turn them into a pig because they're that hungry. But if it's all the same to you, I wouldn't mind my practitioners not turning into pigs. So if any of you guys can help me in any way whatsoever, I would very much appreciate it.
Who is the one preparing your food?
Come this way. Oh, I accidentally closed my notes.
We must go to the kitchen.
Well, surely this is some sort of magical transformation.
Never heard of it.
They say you can never trust a skinny chef, excluding me.
Oh,
Never heard of any beans turning people into animals.
Well, yes. Come this way, into the kitchen. Well, this is the cook here. His name is Old Trumbold. And you see a very old man, kind of, well, not old, maybe mid-60s. And he's the one responsible for cooking the food. What is it, Otmar? Well, we know about the pigs and what's been happening, and we know you're a chef. You've served here for many years, so you're above reproach. But I believe these people have some questions for you. What can I help you find?
Ettore not even asking him any questions yet. He's already looking at his stations, seeing whether his knives are sharp or his stations are clean. He's like going through the spices. Sure. And he turns around and he asks him, who sets up these provisions for you? Is this you? Is this you in the garden, or do you have somebody bringing you things?
We generally rely on donations or food, and if we don't have food, we use the gold that we're donated to purchase food. You can make an investigation check, though, if you like, Ettore, as you check out the quality of his kitchen.
We got a little 13.
You go through some of his provisions, and some of the food isn't of quality, but it's would be suitable enough for eating. You're not serving gourmet here. And it's a pot of soup that is cooking, and you taste it. It tastes serviceable. And you give it a quick stir, almost out of habit. You stir a soup. That's what you do with soup. And you notice a thin, oily substance comes up to the surface before settling down to the bottom of it. It's unusual.
Okay. I've seen enough. So
Thumper's in the kitchen with him. Can I do like an Arcana check on the oily substance to see if it has any like magical properties to it?
Sure.
If that would help.
I'll put it this way. You can do an Arcana check or an Arcana check at advantage if you're going to taste a little bit of the oil.
Thumper, this is contaminated. You put yourself at risk.
Look, mate, that looks dubious at best. Chef, or Otma, do you have any, do you have like a cup or like a vial lying around?
We had a kitchen and a restaurant of sorts. Of course we have a cup. And he hands you an old mug.
All right. I'm going to take a sample of the soup. And I guess I'm just going to carry it in one hand until I can find like a vial, or if anyone else put it in there so that maybe we can like test it later on something or distill it to find out what that oil is.
Sure.
If only those dog men were here.
Yeah.
I see the way look. I see the way you're looking at me, and there's this oil. But look, I'm trying to do the best I can here. My apologies, it's not gourmet. My apologies, some of my ingredients sink to the bottom. But I'm trying my best here.
Where'd you get this oil from?
I don't know. It's just part of the cooking process.
Really,
Do you have the bottle?
only one person has been changed each time. So do you really think it could be in the soup?
If he is preparing each soup each time with the same oil, then it may be the thing that is changing these people.
But this big pot of soup feeds many people.
Listen to your
Well,
friend.
not only is the soup days old, but this man insists on serving this nasty soup to people. And I think Ettore wants to kind of do like an insight check, like not only just to see like the quality of cook he is, but like the quality of person he is, and whether he'd actually like care about what he's serving these people.
You can do an insight check to see how nervous he is.
Right.
I can't really do a character check, but sure, an
Okay.
insight away. He is sweating bullets. He is very, very nervous. It might be that you're accusing him, and a guilty man will also sweat bullet, or it might be that he's really hiding something, but he's extremely nervous. Perhaps more nervous than he should be, Ettore.
Then I will say this: if you are the chef, you must try your food, taste the quality, right? Surely you have no problem.
Of course. And he goes over and gets a bowl and scoops off some of the top part of the soup, puts it in and drinks it.
All the way at the bottom. Bring out the oil that we have seen and put it in your bowl.
Well, that's bitterness to the soup. I was having a bitter soup. It is not. I don't want to eat bitter soup.
I
If you
believe
have
the
nothing
taste.
to worry about, then you'll drink the soup, mate.
Not only is there a bunny here, but there is also a bugbear behind the wall.
Make an intimidation check at advantage, Ettore.
Oh my god.
Admit it. Both of them?
What a
No way.
nightmare. This is a digital dice too. Like this is ridiculous.
Takes me back to session one
Can I-
where you were a donut sandwich in the Lazy Ogre restaurant. Look at Oathbreaker, this is ridiculous. You know me, I've served here for 20 years and you bought these bunch of upstarts to question my cooking. I respectfully, I ask you to leave. I feed you, all you're doing is getting around a cook, preparing a nutritious meal for the poorest of the poor. I hope you feel good about yourself.
I'm gonna try and persuade. I'm gonna try and touch Atmer's like better instincts, and tell him, Otma, don't your deduction skills tell you something here? You're doing good for people. I don't doubt that, but this is the only person cooking for everyone. This is the only soup with a precarious oil in it. I mean, don't you think there's something up here? Can I try and persuade him to join us in questioning?
Yeah, the difficulty is going to be higher because the intimidation failed, but
You can certainly.
All right. Wish me luck. All right. Come on. Okay. We look the bad guys here.
Look, I'm sorry. Look, old Trumbold has been a loyal servant here, and quite frankly, he does his best. Some people have gotten food poisoning, but that is about it. That it's to be expected with such a large-scale kitchen. I'm afraid we
Food
just
poisoning
need
is
to
a bit different from polymorphing into a pig, mate.
Well,
All right.
I'm saying he's a good man. He does this out of the kindness of his heart. He's not paid like everybody else here.
Well, I have my
Yes.
sample here.
I've never
you
known a
have
chef
any-
to not get paid.
Well, he's a cook.
She has a point.
Different calibers.
Did you have
Everybody
any unusual visitors, like
out
people
of my
staying
kitchen.
with you?
Out of my kitchen! Out of my kitchen! Everybody out! I've got cooking to do.
We're leaving.
And
We're
he
leaving.
shoos you out.
So are we not getting any food then?
Vulgar, I don't think is quality, bro.
Go ahead and try it, Volgar. Why don't you try?
Old Trumbold pushes a bowl of soup into your hands, Volgar.
Vulgar
So-
will immediately down the whole bowl.
We're looking at him in shock.
Are you hungry?
I am in shock.
I'm
right now.
always hungry.
Oh,
Well,
Well, Volgar, apart from perhaps making a mess with not all the soup going into your mouth, you don't turn into a pig. So there's that. I'm sorry, Miss Ari, you were asking about unusual visitors?
yes. I mean, because it only happened to one person, everyone's eating together in the dining room when it happened.
Yes.
And yes, so did there seem to be anyone who didn't really seem to fit?
Well, I know most of the people here by name. We tend to get the same clientele at least once a week, people who frequent here. The most unusual visitors were, Sarah, you were here. You're an unusual sight. We don't often get nobility like Lord Signmonder, but he's beyond the reproach. And apart from that, I don't know.
What was Lord Sondmeyer here for?
What was Sue here for, sorry?
The Lord Sondminder? Is that what his name was?
Lord Signmonder, well, he is a close companion of Sora Dracodonian. I mean, I don't know if do you remember? Well, you probably did. About 15 years
Oh.
ago, they rode to the Feywild together to rescue the Queen, where the prince tragically died. She rode with him out there.
I misunderstood. Yes, of course. He was the one who... Yes.
Of course, he is the head of the Crown Guard. He is the most powerful member of the military. If he's poisoning poor people, then it's indeed a fall from grace. Let me just say, it's not Lord Signmunder.
No. It would have to have been someone who was here all 3 times.
Oh, that's true. Lord Signmunder, not that he's above reproach, of course, but yes, he was here just the once to check on Sora.
Well, we did come back from the Fey realm, and that's a pretty tricky place, so... I mean, not that I'd ever topple down on royalty or whatever, but it's a bit suspect to me.
Well, he came back like 50 years ago.
Yeah. The old Alpha
So-
marksman.
I think either way, the responsibility always falls onto the person that is giving the food.
Yeah, he really didn't want to drink or eat that oily substance.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can find someone to analyze it. You know what?
Well, I do have the sample in this cup here. If we find a vial somewhere, we could, keep it, preserved a bit.
Sadly, that's not one of the things I have.
Does Otmar have any, vials or glass or anything that, maybe he keeps? I want to ask him if he has, a bottle of, holy wine or something that's empty.
My friend, we do not serve such a thing here. Hey, Godfrey!
All right.
He calls over a young person who's using their facilities here, like eating and sleeping here. Hey, Godfrey, take this copper pieces, run to the market. What else do you need? Just a vial?
Anyone need anything else? From the
I
run.
think Ettore is gonna give him a couple of silver pieces or whatever, and he's gonna say, "Get the recipe from the chef, bring back all the ingredients, and we will make him cook again. And we will watch."
Oh, right you are, Governor. And old Trombold certainly certainly gives him the list of the ingredients. You understand this is an approximation. I think somebody moaned about the soup being a few days old. Soup tastes the best when it's a few days old. But regardless, I'm an open book, and here is the recipe. And he hands it to little Godfrey. Godfrey rushes off to the market, sprints in the way that only small children can, and he comes back with a couple of test tubes and a bunch of produce. And he hands 6 copper pieces back to you, Ettore, in change.
That is yours.
Gee whiz, thanks, mister. I'm off to, You're a smart man. Where do you think I'm off to? Take a guess.
You're going to go gamble it away, aren't you?
No, but it's near the gambling hall.
Go buy marbles?
Ooh,
No.
Andy's gonna get candy.
Candies, the halfling's treasury. Whee! And he tears off there with 3 of his mates following behind him, and he's gonna try the loopies, try the wrinklies, and all those type of things. He's as happy as anything.
The loopies.
Thumper, easy enough to transfer this oily liquid into the bottom of a test tube with a little cork stopper in it. And you've got a bunch of ingredients. Ettore.
Okay, Ettore is gonna. He's gonna. What is he gonna do right now? He's gonna go into the kitchen and demand that the chef show him how to make this soup.
Oh, read that list out loud as well. See if that oil's included.
Okay. He'll look through the list.
This is not what
And-
old Trumbold looks like, but I'm going to use this as his token.
Handsome guy.
He's gonna say, "Help me prepare this dish every step of the way. Tell me every single ingredient, and we will follow it to the T."
Well, we always start with water, and it goes through. If you want me to read the ingredients, I'm about to Google it, but just take it written as it's a pretty basic vegetable soup. It's got a pork bone in there for a bit of flavor, a bit of stock, which is, you'd never use a toddy, but it's functional as a chicken stock, I guess. And he puts all the ingredients. There's nothing really remarkable about it. It is different to the soup that he prepared, but
I can understand that there is a bit of rendering fat from the pork bone, but it should not be a viscous liquid bubbling up and down from the top and the bottom of the pot. I need to know what that oil is, because it is a farce. It is not part of this recipe.
explain this to you. The soup is a constantly evolving thing. When it gets down, I add more vegetables to it. I add more meat scraps to it. If we're lucky, we get bacon we throw in there. So I assume the oil is just a build-up over time. This is just like we've gone over this.
Mate, oil rises in water. You're not making any sense here.
I'm a, as someone so eloquently put it, I'm a cook, not a chef. I do not know.
I wonder how much talking we can do before we make you have some of this soup in front of us.
Oathbreaker, look. We've been over this. He is trustworthy. Please leave him alone.
Fine, but when the next little boy comes in here and has a pot of this soup and turns into a pig and also turns into the same bone that is in this soup, it is on you, Otmar.
Having a moral gray area here as to how I want my character to play this campaign.
Do be morally grey, Silas.
He's gonna grab the ladle and specifically scoop up the oil. And he's gonna tell the chef to either drink this or he'll give it to someone else in the church.
Make an intimidation check, Silas. Once again, the DC is going to be quite high because of all your terrible rolls.
Yeah, I'm already know I'm gonna fail this.
Is it possible to help it?
Sure. Roll again, Silas.
Oh boy.
13, you know, a very intimidator. Yeah, 13.
No, I'm not.
You wouldn't really do that, would you?
I would.
No.
Maybe we should talk to some of the other people who are staying here.
Sorry, not drinking it.
I will walk out of the kitchen with the ladle of the oil substance.
We have the vials. We have the vials if you wanna. How many vials did the boy bring back?
We'll say two. Two standard kind of test tube vials.
Okay. I hand one over to Silas so he can use that one for his oil extraction, and I'll use another one for mine.
Okay.
Cool. I will put it in the vials.
Okay.
I guess Tori goes to Ari.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
There you go.
It's like, surely you see the problem here, correct? You are of highborn blood. You are knowing of all of the highborn people in this city. Can we not get this man to be exposed for what he is?
We don't know what he is.
All the evidence is there. Are you not a woman of intelligence?
I don't think the evidence is compelling until we find out what this oily substance is. Because, like I said, lots of people ate the soup. Why did one person turn into a pig?
It could have been the person that got the last bowl out of the pot.
Right. So we need to
That's
analyze
probably-
the substance.
Well,
You
do you
know.
know somewhere we can do that?
I'm sure there's an apothecary near here.
All right, I say that's our next stop if we're going to help our mate here figure out the mystery of the pigs.
Yeah.
Um,
It's some sort of magic going on, obviously. And for it to come through a liquid seems a little risky, a little weird, a little odd.
Or we can just wait for our bugbear friend here for a couple of days. And if he turns into a pig, we'll have ourselves a nice breakfast.
Well, didn't it happen like right away when he was at dinner?
I think so.
I thought it took a couple of days for them to turn into... No, it was immediate.
They drank the soup, they turned into a pig. A week or so go past, it happened again. Another week or so went past, it happened again.
Oh, okay.
But it happened pretty quickly inside of there.
So it was more than one. So there's more than one pig. Person
Three.
pig.
Yeah, well,
There's
there's,
three
I
person
think-
pigs.
All three of them, yeah.
there's 3 of them out back.
Can we go back to the pigs?
Sure. Why don't you make me an animal handling check to see if you can pick up anything unusual about the pigs, Silas?
A little better at that.
They appear to be perfectly normal pigs. If they were human at one stage, their humanity has been lost. They're doing very pig-like things. It's not like they're panicked for being a pig. They look perfectly content wallowing in the mud back there and eating the leftover scraps. They look like perfectly happy pigs.
I would like to ritually cast Speak with Animals.
Just one sec. That's an interesting idea. Okay, sure. What?
Well, first I'll ask if it remembers ever being a human. I guess would be a great start.
Food, man. Something delicious. Come on, man. Tired of eating the scraps. Scraps are good, but a little treat. What do you got? You got a treat for me?
I could have a treat for you if you answer my questions.
That's a bit sus, but okay, you got a deal. Do I ever remember being a human?
Think real hard. I got a real good treat for you.
Malcolm's thinking real hard too about which way to do this. On 11 to 20.
I see Silas. I see Silas talking to the animal, and I pull out one of the delicious carrots to persuade
yes. Yes, gimme.
it.
Gimme. Gimme.
Silas.
Gimme.
This pig really wants this carrot.
You gotta hold off till he finishes answering my question.
Gimme.
All right, so I hold the carrot. So I hold the carrot like out of reach of the pig,
Jumps up,
and I
tries
point
to
at
gimme.
Silas.
Gimme.
Hey! Remember, questions first.
Oh, okay.
So do they remember being a human?
Okay, memory. Well, from your... What did you roll on your animal handling before? Did you roll animal handling? You did 15.
15.
You think this pig is at least a year old in terms of pig years, I guess. And you know that this pig could have existed for no more than 3 weeks. So I don't know if I remember being a human. I don't really understand the question. All I remember is waking up one day, being like I am, And, yeah, I've been put in this pig pen ever since. It's a bit of a... I have a bit of an existential crisis of it every now and then, to be honest with you. Like, shouldn't I have existed before that? I don't understand.
He'll open the top of the vial and ask the pig to smell it and see if like the smell of that like seems familiar or sparks its interest or anything like that.
Handling check again, please.
Hey.
As you hold up this vial containing a liquid, the pig, which pigs are pretty clever animals, all things considered, he thinks it's food, and he puts a big, disgusting, I don't know if I'm being unfair to pigs, a long tongue comes up and kind of licks some of the food, and he immediately that carrot now, I've done it, part of it. That's just some bad juju, man. There he is. And he kind of smacks
He
his
didn't
lip.
like that, I could tell at least.
Yeah, he smacks his lip and yeah. I remember something like that. What are you trying to do? You promised me a carrot and you served me that? I want the carrot now.
Yeah.
Gimme.
Listen, you'll get a carrot. Just follow us around for a little bit and you'll get the carrot, I promise. And I want to try and get find a rope or something and bring this pig along with us as we find someone who can appraise this oil and maybe point us in the direction of someone who can maybe dispel this this curse or wherever it may be.
Otma comes out. You can absolutely put the pig on a leash.
Yeah, I put the pig on a leash. He's my friend now.
Otma says,
He's our friend now.
I can't possibly let this go. Here at the Temple of the Redeemer, we serve everybody. Everybody gets a meal. If they can't afford a copper piece, then that is fine. If they need a warm place to lay down their head, that is fine. We have saved countless lives here. The affliction of poverty is truly a deadly one. Someone said, if someone else turns into a pig, it will be on my head. Who was that?
That was me, of course.
Well, I don't often get upset when people come in here, perhaps inebriated, but I take it as a personal insult. Having saved thousands of lives, you can lay this on me. I called you here for your help, and you choose to insult me thus.
Ettore, take it easy, mate. Take it easy, mate. He's a priest. Take it easy.
This is Otmer.
Yep, this is Otmer. Yep. You said if someone turned into a pig, it's going to be on his head. And he's saying, I've saved thousands. How dare you accuse me of indifference to the poor.
I think with the same amount of passion that you are showing me right now, you can do with the same amount of scrutiny in this situation. Firstly, handing it off to strangers like us signifies the negligence that you have in your own kitchen, let alone the whatever you call that cook in there. I stand firmly in what I say.
I don't think I've ever said this to a guest of the House of the Redeemer, but perhaps it's better if you leave.
Sorry about him, Otma. He has a bad attitude. Look, we want to help you with this problem, and it's true that chef in there is a bit suspect. shaking in his boots when we just asked him to try the soup he made. Look, we want to get down to the bottom of this as much as you do. I have a vial. We have vials and samples of this oil. We only ask this favor. Can we take this pig friend? We'll feed him, take care of him, make sure he doesn't get into any trouble. We just want to find out the origins of this affliction.
Of course.
And don't blame El Torre, please. He comes from the Weary Ogre. He's pretty much antisocial. Doesn't really know manners that well, but he's a hell of a cook. Just give him a break.
Order, Ari, Silas, Thumper, Volga. I appreciate your help.
It's a difficult problem you've given us.
Oh, I know, Ari. I know. It is, as I said, we've had all sorts of people come in here, Red Cloaks included, and no one's gotten to the bottom of it. But I do appreciate your help. You can understand why I was so offended by what your friend said. We have saved thousands.
I do understand. I do understand.
Yeah, he's a real shitter, isn't he? Don't mind him.
Well, that's... I trust you will get to the bottom of this. Will you excuse me? And he looks directly at Ettore. I have the poor to feed and the poor to house. Excuse me. And he goes back to the minister to somebody.
Alright. Thank you for your service, Otmar.
Ettore takes it to the chin. He doesn't back down on that.
Okay.
Alright.
So you head back
Have
onto
the
the...
last word, Ettore.
We let the food do the talking.
Oh, and as you're leaving, Volgar, they put a plate of food in your hand and another bowl of soup. You said you were hungry.
Vulgar,
Drink that damn
Vulgar will
soup, bro.
immediately sculpt it down.
Oh, mate.
They hand you
How are we
another.
feeling after that?
They hand you another.
Say hands another.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll eat it. He's eating it.
Oh, come on. We need to go. We need to go.
We're getting out of here.
Perhaps you keep eating, Volgar. Perhaps you keep eating.
Don't tempt the bugbear, mate. Don't tempt the bugbear, mate.
There's other people who need this also.
Oh, I guess
they
you're
need
right.
this suit.
And then he'll kind of lean over and say, "I'll be back later."
Of course. All are welcome here. So you head back down to the streets and you head over to Griselda's apothecary. The local apothecary here. And...
Pig and toe.
Pig and toe, yes, of course, pig and toe. And
Do you think that pig's gonna stay?
I have the carrot. In my hand. I have the pig tied on my belt, the rope tied on my belt, and the carrot in my hand, and I'm keeping it out of reach.
Just whispering something to somebody.
We ought to come up with a name for our friend here. What shall we name him?
When I was a boy, I had a best friend. His name was Jerome.
Jerome. Alright. The raise of hands who votes for Jerome. Personally, I like Stinky the best.
Stinky.
Vote for Stinky, vote for Jerome.
He probably already has a name.
Well, it'll be temporary, and if he really is a pig, I think Stinky works the best.
Stinky Jerome.
All right, Stinky Jerome sounds nice to me.
You enter into Griselda's apothecary, and a nice lady meets you. Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to Griselda's apothecary. I'm not Griselda, that's what people asked me the first time. My name is Markia. I'm her granddaughter. But welcome to the apothecary. If anything, we shall have an ointment for all those itches in the wrong places, if that's what you're looking for. We get a lot of that business. But I'm talking too much. I often talk too much. What can I help you with? What can I do for you? How can I help you?
Well, I'd like to introduce you to our friend here. And I bring the pig out from behind me. His name is Stinky Jerome.
Stinky Jerome.
That's not his real name.
What? He's adorable. That's weird. It's not his real name, but that's okay. We can rename our pets as long as they're okay with it, because pets are friend, not food, of course.
His real name. You mentioned his real name. How do you know his real name?
Well, I assume this is his parents. Well, pigs. I'm confused. Stinky Jerome. That's an interesting name to give such a noble creature. You find
he's a
pigs
little
left
stinky,
alone.
isn't he?
Well, only
He's a
because
little
of
stinky, isn't he?
Well, he does smell. That is true, but that's only due to the environment he was brought up in. I assume you bought him from a pig pen or other such a cage, such jail for animals. Animals should run free.
Fair enough. I believe so as well. But look, we're here on a bit more complicated matters. We come from the Temple of Life, and there seems to be a sort of curse going around, it seems. We've deduced it to a certain soup being served to the people. And days later, they turn into pigs, like our friend here, Stinky Jerome.
Boink.
I'm sure that's not his real name, but I think it's quite charming. But that's neither here nor there. I wanted to ask you, have you heard of such cases of potions or oils polymorphing people into animals?
I've heard of potions polymorphing people into it, but potions can take on many forms.
Well, I have a sample here. If you'd like to take a look at it, I'd like to. Well, that was the whole reason for us coming here. Could you take a look at this? And I hand over the vial with the oil and soup in it. I mean, mine has a mix of the soup and the oil.
You understand that of course I can do that. I have a lot of respect for Otmer Onamail. But there are certain costs with this. These are just purely my costs. I'll do it for you at cost. But I need 5 silver pieces to cover my expenses.
Alright, I've been stingy up to this point, but I care about Stinky Jerome here. I'll give her the 5 silver.
Okay. She takes the silver pieces and does apothecary type stuff on it. She takes samples, she puts it in other beakers and heats them up and captures the gas and then liquefies the gas and goes through. It takes her about 30 or so minutes. She says, well, if I was you, I would stay well clear of this substance. It has strong transmutation properties about it. And while I cannot definitively say, if I was pressed in a court of law, I would say drinking this oil would highly likely turn someone into something else. I think you found your culprit for the porcune pinosis. We'll go with that.
Eto is staring dead at Ari.
So that's what I was saying. We got it analyzed. Now we're dealing with facts.
I look at the bugbear and I'm like, oh my god.
So, is there an antidote for this substance? Or can you create an antidote now that you have it?
Yes, but it would take some time and some great amount of resources. To reverse such a thing, we're talking months of work. But yes, I could.
Months.
There's no way
Month-
to expedite the process.
Well, if I expedited the process, we might be in an even more difficult position with someone being half a pig and half a human, which might even be worse. You cannot rush.
So, what? There's 3 of them. What sort of cost are we talking about?
Well, let's see. Months work, 3 copies. And I'm an alchemist of the people, and I would dearly love to do this. But we're looking at 1,000 gold pieces and about a month's worth of work.
Oi, lady, look. These people are victims, and they went into the House of Life thinking they were going to be taken care of, and instead they're turned into pigs. And you're going to charge 1,000 gold. You're doing a service to the city for the people.
Well, but they're material costs, right?
Yes. And a month's worth of my labor, which I'm more than happy to do next to nothing. It's the reagents, you understand.
Yeah, the materials are pricey. Well, so maybe seems like this cook maybe is not the person behind this. Maybe the person behind it can reverse it.
Well, the cook knows him, probably.
Yeah. Yes. And now with evidence, he's probably likely to feel more inclined to tell us what's really happening.
Yeah, speaking of, we might ought to get ourselves back over there pretty quickly.
You're starting to smell a little worse there, mate.
Well, I think maybe he's, probably disposing of evidence, and we want to be there to collect it.
Why would someone want to turn these poor people into pigs? That's sort of mind-boggling.
If I was cooking day in and day out for people who are ungrateful, coming in and out of my door, taking my food and giving nothing, I would want to pay them back.
Oh, well.
The chef's a volunteer, though. He's doing this out of his own free will.
That says a lot about you.
I mean, the chef could just be messed up in the head and want to experiment on people, too. We don't know.
Well, either way, this is going on under a holy. And Otmar is none the wiser. He'd feel greatly disrespected if he didn't know.
Right, no, we do. I'm not disagreeing that we need to go back. Absolutely. We need to go tell him what we've found out.
Great idea.
Judging by the timeline, we have only a few moments before our friend here turns into something delicious and smelly.
Oh, Marcus says, well,
aren't I already?
It's not. This is the interesting thing. It's, in my opinion, it's not 100% effective. In fact, it's quite ineffective, if that makes sense. And that, in fact, adds up with the story you're telling me. The meal served at the Temple of Life, some people might drink it, think it's delicious. Some people might drink it, turn into a pig. It's not a 100% effective thing, which would add up.
Oh.
I think we need to get back there as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Will you write us a certified note of your analysis upon this?
Of course. And she quickly writes out a script and signs it, Markia. And any questions, please refer back to Griselda's apothecary. Okay.
Thank you so much for your help. We really appreciate it.
And look, apologies about the 500 gold pieces, but it's just the way it is. I'm sorry.
No, we understand.
Gotta run a business.
And you dash as quickly as you can along Old Man's Road back to the Temple of Life.
Where are your little piggies? The wolf is here.
You You rush back and says, "Oh, Art Mother, are back so soon? What did you discover?"
Well,
I don't
We
smell
pass-
the chef.
well, your chef back there has been working with some nefarious material, and we know it for fact now. We stopped by the apothecary, and she analyzed the substance.
You did say that. That is true. All right. Well, seems you have cracked the case. Silas,
Well, maybe.
pulling him out.
Maybe he was doing it. Maybe someone made him do it.
I'll grab the chef.
What chef? I don't see a chef.
Oh,
These
I
golden
see.
fuckers go.
Told you I don't smell him anywhere.
Shit. Otmar, where'd you see him go? Did he say where he was going?
As far as I knew, he was in the kitchen. He must have snuck away.
That's not a good sign.
Do you know where he lives?
No, I don't. As I said, this is I mean, the evidence is overwhelming against him, but he volunteered here for many years. I would not have suspected it, but it was him.
I'll ask around like any of the regulars or like that little kid that he had doing errands if he's ever seen him around town or knows generally where he hangs out or where he lives.
What
Good idea.
make an investigation check as you talk to the people. Oh, the kid's not here. He's in the corner somewhere eating candy.
Oh, nice.
Some people have seen him around town, and some people are suspecting. I gotta find the location. Somebody spot 46. First person spots 46 on the map gets a prize. 46 over here. All right.
Ah,
One of the pins. Oh, I was doing some house cleaning in the high district. You know, it's the only type of job someone like me can get. And I swear I saw him going in and out of Aunt Sabrina's natural healing concoctions. And he seemed to just wander in as if he lived there. If I was looking for him, that's the first place I'd look.
Well, we have our destination.
let's hastily get there. At most, we're only a half hour behind him. Maybe 40 minutes.
So dashing along the old
We
man's
have to walk
road.
all the way around.
Yeah, I know.
Dashing through Old Man's Road, across Grunkar's Chain, and to the North District, which is a more well-to-do district. And there is indeed Aunt Celebra's natural healing concoctions. It's a business. Do you just walk on in?
Is there any is there anything fishy about? I mean, no, I know we're in the high district, but is there anything fishy about this?
I think Ettore gonna wait. Ettore gonna wait outside, kind of keep his eye out. Is there like a way around in the back or something that he can
Yes.
snoop around?
This is a combination healing place and a combination house, so there's definitely a back entrance. There are businesses like this in the North District. Mostly they're confined to the Coin District, but it's not that unusual to find a shop here. It just doesn't look out of place.
Thumper's gonna walk in with Stinky Jerome through the front door.
Oh, well, I'm terribly sorry. This is a place of healing. We cannot allow any animals inside the shop. I'm sure you understand. This is Aunt Celebria.
Sure, you understand this is not an animal. If you're a healer, you can tell. I mean, he's obviously an animal right now, but this is my friend Stinky Jerome, and he's been turned into a pig.
Okay, my friend, I understand. Here, take a seat. I'll put on a warm hot pot of coffee for you. Everything's going to be okay.
Well, I don't want to drink anything from this place. First of all, my name is Thumper Van Bramble, and I'm here on an investigation with my mates. I look around and see if anybody's with me, and if nobody's with me, I'm just like, well, I'm here by myself.
Ari,
That's what it is in the backyard.
Ari, you're in there with me?
Yes.
I'm here with Ari of the Wildhammer mansion, of the Wildhammer family. We're here on official detective business. Yeah. And we've deduced that this here pig, my friend Stinky Jerome, is not in the form he's supposed to be. Listen, I'm not going to give you all the details, but are you able to heal this being right here? Turn him from what he is here.
Well,
Yeah.
Firstly, you're new here, aren't you? I can just tell.
How could you tell? I mean, I'm not city folk, but I come in good company. That's worth something.
Well, you do not know the company you keep. The Wildhammers are famous for having no children, no known relatives. Isn't that true, my lady? You are no Wildhammer.
I'm not their child. I'm a cousin.
Be that as it may, no, I cannot. Oh, wait. Ah, I understand. Oh, it's all coming together now. I heard about what they're calling the porcine morphosis over at...
Oh, you've heard of this?
Well, my husband told me about it, old Trumbold. He said things were mysteriously disappearing and mysteriously changing, and old Trumbold, he came here about 20 minutes ago, grabbed some stuff and said he had some business out of town, and he left.
Oh, he's your husband?
He's my husband.
Bang up guy, isn't he? Feeding
No.
the homeless.
Well, if what you say is true about suggesting he's behind this porcine morphosis?
It does seem that there was some offending potion in the soup.
It seems as if he's been experimenting on the poor folks there. I mean, he is an odd person. He both likes the poor and detests the poor. I think what he got out of it was seeing someone who liked the poor, but he very much didn't like them. Yeah, and then let me show you something.
So he's left town suddenly.
He's left town suddenly, that dirty old son of a bitch. He found this book, and he hands this book over to Ari, and it's called Recipes of Corruption.
Oh my. Where did he find this book?
He wouldn't say, but he said he found it fascinating, and he said it finds some willing participants to test his recipes out on, but that's daft old fool.
Well, could we see his... I mean, if you don't mind, I know this is your abode and your business, but we're here on an official investigation. We'd like to, we'd like to look around and see.
Did he have some sort of workshop or something?
He did. And when you say an official investigation, on whose authority are you investigating?
It's not really official.
I understand.
The
We're on the
Redeemer.
good graces. We're on the good graces of the public of Oathbreaker.
Father Otmar asked us to help him.
Oh, well, Father Oathbreaker just needed to say. And she takes you downstairs. Well, this is his workshop. He made it clear this was his space, his man cave, as he called it. And you see down there, there's all types of alchemical experiments going on down there.
And are you a magical healer or a more herbalist healer?
More on the herbalist side of things. Natural healing concoctions.
Yes. Very useful.
Auntie Celebra, you were none the wiser to your husband's machinations.
Apparently not. I knew he was experimenting down there, but he said he just had a hobby.
You read the book title called Recipes of Corruption and you thought nothing of it.
You're accusing me of being a daft old fool? I will accept that judgment willingly. I should have seen this coming.
I mean, he didn't even have to mention his hatred of poor people. Just needed to read the book. And I should tell you enough, but look. Thumper's gonna use his Leoprine senses and see. I don't know. I guess he's gonna look around to see if this guy is still here or not. Because I mean, this woman is very suspect.
Does she seem honest that he really did leave, or is she trying to put us off the scent?
Incite her honesty and investigate Thumper to see if you can see if he's still here.
Oof.
Oof.
So, Silas is in there too. He's just so quiet. I didn't hear him at all.
Yeah, he just lingers in the background.
Okay. And then investigation as well.
Investigation. Have a look around to see if he's still here.
I thought it was still in the backyard, waiting for somebody to bust out.
No one has busted out. Stylus, and you managed to do a good search around without anybody noticing. You look all around in places, and in your opinion, old Trombold is not in the building.
Okay.
The inside, Ari, a bit better at reading people than the average people. All you get from her is embarrassment and shame that she let this happen. She it's not showing at the moment, but she's absolutely mortified, and she knows that she should have done better, but she didn't do better. She is ashamed and embarrassed.
Well, does he have a favorite place in the country outside the town that he likes to go to?
He always said he wanted to visit the monastery of past lives. He said he wanted to center himself. This was his dream destination up here.
Interesting choice. Okay.
Would Thumper know anything about this place, monastery of past lives, with his time in the Wizards of the Arcane Tower?
Actually,
Can I do a history check on the place?
You can. I'm going to retcon that a little bit. I was meaning to say the Monastery of the Spirited Leaf. So ignore the past life. The Monastery of the Spirited Leaf.
Oh.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's right across the way.
I'm going to say anyway.
Okay.
The monks here lead very simple lives. They're devoted to the Redeemer, much like Otmar is. And they're noted for brewing a particularly fine liqueur called the Spirited Leaf. And in fact, you would know, Ari, from years gone by at the King's Games, that the tipsy tunes, where people get drunk and try and sing at the same time, the liqueur is provided by the Spirited Leaf Monastery. But it's high end stuff. It's high end stuff. But they live very simple lives and are expert brewers, I guess.
Well, I don't know if we want to chase him all the way there. Especially when we think of that poor halfling girl.
That's true. All right.
I mean, we can report him to the authorities and let Otmar know so that if he does come back to town, he'll be arrested or punished.
Yeah. Well, we definitely need to let Otmar know.
Well, he does know. Armor does know that old. What was his name? old Trumbald is the culprit of serving these people and using this oil.
But I think. What were you planning on doing with that book?
I think I'm going to hand it over to a red cloak. I don't think anybody should have access to these recipes.
No.
I'm very busy here. Can I trust you to hand it over to a red cloak, miss?
Of course, of course.
Make a persuasion or a deception check, please, Ari.
Oh.
If you do intend, make a persuasion. If you don't intend, make a deception.
Can I help Ari and kind of be like, well, we're trustworthy folk. We're going to take care of old Stinky Jerome here. And I mean, it's up to Ari. I think we should keep the book, but it's up to Ari.
At advantage?
Okay.
Oh, okay, 16. All right. Well, you worked for the Wiltammer. You're almost ennobled by association. Here you go. And she hands you over the book, Ari.
I will put it someplace safe, absolutely.
Yes, in the hands of the Red Cloaks, right?
Right.
Of course, of course.
Righto, you got it, miss. You got it.
All right, well, I've got a whole life to put back together now that I'm on my own, but I'm glad that son of a bitch is gone. All right, good day to you.
Well, may your business flourish.
Thanks, Auntie.
She nods. All right, so it's going to be that type of campaign, is it? Stealing books? All right, gotcha.
No.
It's an interesting book. I mean, the recipes of corruption. We have a chef among us.
No, she intends to take it to the Temple of Knowledge.
Okay.
Oh, Temple of Knowledge. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and put it in their safekeeping.
Okay.
Does Ettore see you walk out with the book?
No, it's in a bag. It is not visible.
Okay. So as you guys walk out, Ettore comes around the corner from behind the house. He's like, "Is there any information? Have you found anything?" He asks Thumper.
He skipped town.
Well, but yeah, the bastard skipped town. He went to this temple of the spirited leaf to go drink his worries away. But
Yes,
tell you
well,
what,
the
his wife was none the wiser. He's a real piece of crap. To be honest with you, he hated
From what I know, the monks also worship the Redeemer. I think he might be committing the same crime in another place.
Oh,
So you're saying we have a serial polymorpher?
I believe so.
You think he has something against that particular god?
He is irredeemable.
I'm sure they would say nobody is irredeemable, but
Oi.
so your idea is we should try to follow him all the way out there? It's a long way.
All I know is that he will commit this crime once more.
Shut up, that little halfling girl and the candy. You think she'll be alright if we take that trip?
I mean, so long as I get the recipe out of this.
Oh, from the halflings.
Yes, of course. What else from?
Oh, from the soup. You got the soup recipe already.
Oh, Harry, are you going to
Well,
tell him?
Tell me what.
You're a chef in that, innit? You're a chef in all that, innit?
It.
The highest caliber.
He had a book. It's not for a chef. It's called Recipes of Corruption.
Well, if it is a book that says the word recipe on it, is it not a book for a chef?
No, it is absolutely not a book for a chef.
May I look at it?
Not here.
Okay, perhaps back in the kitchen at Wildhammer Manor. Surely there are good recipes in there, no?
That's how he was making the poison, or the potion, or whatever you want to call it. Presumably, we're walking back to the temple again as we're having this conversation.
Walking in.
Well, he has the polymorph recipe in here. How many other things would be good in the hands of the right people, no?
I don't think it's that kind of book, but
The chef has a point, you know? Our enemies would be right to fear. If we knew a little thing or two.
well,
I will not read the book if you do not let me read the book. But I believe that we could do good with it.
oh, I think it needs to be put away someplace safe.
Well, then maybe I'll have a look before you do.
Wait, Ari, you mind opening up that book and seeing if there's like an antidote to this?
Well,
Or if
let's
there's...
get off the street.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
So now we're back at the temple again.
Temple.
Or
pretty- yeah.
Or maybe we should go to the Temple of Knowledge because it's closer. No, we're here.
Oh, I told you I'd be back.
Atma says, "Oh my goodness, are you hungry again, Volga?"
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, we've done a
But
bit
you
of a. Well, let me just tell you, we've done a little bit of a cleanup. We're looking for a new chef, and he looks at Etorians. Oh no, I'm not going to bother asking. I know what the answer is going to be. But we have this pork bone that's been rendered, Volga. Would you like to know on the fat of the pork bone?
Oh, I'd love it.
Malcolm himself doesn't think that's delicious, but Vulgar is having the time of his life. Optimus says, "So what news do?" Carry on, Vulgar.
It seems that Trumbold has left town.
Oh, that is most unfortunate. Well, I owe you a debt of gratitude. I guess we should alert the Red Croaks and let them know what's happened.
Yes.
Is there any other information you can share with me that I can pass on to the Red Cloaks?
He had he somehow, and we don't know where he got it, he found recipes to make this evil concoction.
Oh, well, I'm sure that the Red Croaks would wish to take that. Such a dangerous tech should not be out in public. Where is the
It
book?
shouldn't. I have it.
Well, wait, Otma, really quickly. We do know where he's headed, if you want to let the Red Cloaks know, or if you have some type of bird messaging, let the monks at the Monastery of the Spirited Leaf, who worship the same god, as I know, as your temple, he's on his way over there right now, and we presume he's going to do the same thing. Maybe maybe a bird will alert them.
I can not have a bird. I do not know any bird messaging systems. I will send one over the acolytes over there. Maybe he'll catch up with him. Maybe he'll get there before him. But that's the best I can do.
Put him on the fastest horse you've got.
Bring a guard.
He looks around.
I don't think-
I don't have a horse. Maybe the little crooks can help with that. Let me get Nethel Wester. He is he can help out with this situation. So once again, Nethel Wester comes in and says, all right, what's going on then?
Wester, we've gotten down to the bottom of this this problem here. The previous chef has been tampering with the soup served here, and it's been polymorphing people into pigs. We tracked him down to his place of residence at Auntie Salinda's healing house, his wife, who was none the wiser. And he was making dastardly concoctions because he hated the people who come to this temple. She made us aware that he was headed over to the Monastery of the Spirited Leaf. My advice, our advice as a group, as detectives, is to send someone over there as quickly as possible and snag his rotten ass.
Send out
and put him to trial.
A red cloak on a horse to track him down as quickly as possible. I'm a little bit confused about one part of the story. How is he turning people into pigs?
Wait, before that happens, I think Tore wants to try and steal the book.
You're gonna pickpocket me?
He wants to, because he knows you're gonna hand it over. He wants to try and steal the book.
So your passive, your best passive perception is Silas. So make a sleight of hand check, and we'll see who notices, because your passive perceptions are reasonable. So make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Todd? Yoink. And we'll say it doesn't happen here. It happens while you're walking over, right? While everybody was talking about what to do with the book. So I'm confused about one part of the story. How was he turning people into pigs?
He made a potion and put it in the soup.
And how did he know how to make the potion?
He found this horrible book. She opens up her bag. Oh. Oh,
where's the book, Ari?
It must be. It was a book, Recipes of Corruption, and I bet it's a cursed book, and somebody. Oh.
Well, we do have the note. We do have the script from the apothecary, so we can have an official,
Oh yes.
Well,
yes.
yeah. The apothecary told us it was transmutation magic.
Right. All right.
Which of course makes sense.
I have not heard of.
But what?
It's not unusual for cursed books to not want to be confined. So make a persuasion check.
Yes.
Ari. Make a persuasion check, because Ari is none the wiser. The player might be fully aware, but Ari is none the wiser.
But Ari has no idea what happened to it.
Yeah. Hence the persuasion, not the deception. All right.
Wow.
All right. I'll let the rest of the Red Cloaks know to keep an eye out for a book called The Recipes of Corruption. And can you describe it? And you describe the book. All right.
Yeah. It was probably quite ancient.
Oh, probably. Now look, first of all, I'm sure I speak for Otme here as well, but the temple and the city owe you a great deal of service, a great amount of gratitude. We keep a tight ship here, and when things like this happen, it warms my old Red Cloak heart that people such as you would take upon themselves. I assume they haven't asked for payment, Atma? Atma says, of course not.
Oh.
Of course not.
No. But if you wanted to turn them back into people, the apothecary could do it for 1,000 gold pieces and a month of her time.
Well, the city coffers are large. I will need to make some formal inquiries to assess
of course.
type of funds, but it is worth a go. They're citizens after all. Tell you what, since you've done such a fine job, I heard rumors you're going to Willow Creek to chase down this Byra girl. Is that correct?
Yeah, we thought we might do that.
Word travels fast. But yeah, we're gonna help. We're gonna help the halflings.
Well, her parents have been telling everybody how impressed they were with you, and how they were even going to give up their what do they call them?
Loopies.
The
The loopy
loopies.
recipe. Yeah, yeah.
Loopies recipe.
You like them? I have one right here. You want one?
Oh, well, I would love one, but I don't want to be seen as if it was a bribe. So thank you, but no
Oh.
thank you.
It's a gift. It's a gift, not a bribe.
That's where it all starts from. I appreciate the offer, but I can afford my own loopies. But thank you very much. Tell you
Oh,
what.
the offer still stands.
Tell you what. Once you're finished with the Byra one way or the other, come see me at the Halls of the Lawgiver. I might have a job for you.
Oh, we know where to find you. Thank you for your help. Don't forget about the Spirited Leaf Monastery and that bastard, old Trumbull or whatever his name is.
Oh, he'll be on the. We'll get him. Don't you worry.
All right.
And Nathal Wester takes some more notes, and then he leaves. And you guys feel quite good. You've successfully solved a poisoning. You've knocked some gnolls on the head. And you're making a bit of a name for yourself. So much so that you may advance to level 2.
Ooh.
So I'm going to take a short
Alright.
break, and I'll just let you guys level up while I'm there. And if you want to roll hit points like Silas did, that's fine. And the house rule is if you roll a natural 1 on your hit points roll, you may roll again. If you roll another natural 1, too bad. So keep that in mind. And of course, you can just take the average hit points as appropriate. But I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay. I'll be
All
back.
right.
I have. All right. Anybody have any problem
Oh, well.
leveling up?
Oh, well, I've been talking and not leveling up. So, I guess that's a problem.
Okay, we're not terribly urgent, but all right.
Well, yeah, I can do it while we go on.
So, by this time, with the tour and everything, and the investigations and the combat with the gnolls, it's time to retire for the evening. I think it's only logical for Ardi and Atori to go back to the Wiltammer Manor. If that's not true, then let me know.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Yeah, he needs to sharpen his knives.
And Sora... So where would Sora go? She'll stay in House Monder for now anyway. Actually, there's Volgar, Silas, and Thumper.
We find an inn to stay the night at once we discuss where we're meeting in the morning.
Yeah. I'll join the boys at the inn if
That is recommended highly is the Lucky Leap Tavern, which I believe you visited before and tried the jumps. Did you try the jumps? I can't remember.
We did not.
Oh, let's go across to the Lucky Leap Tavern then. We stopped here. Okay, so the Lucky Leap Tavern is run by give me just a second. I'll get a better map. Drag all of you onto this map. Not that all of you are here, but we'll say you choose this as a meeting place come morning. So people like Ettore and Ari are not technically here at the moment, but you come to the Lucky Leap Tavern. A lively thing with run by the proprietor Ricio Tane. And as you enter the facilities for the very first time, Ricio Tane, a very sociable man, welcome to the Lucky Leap Tavern. Governor, as tradition here, if this is your first time here, you got to do a jump. And depending on the length of your jump, there's free alcohol on the line. So, you get to this line here, it's a free small glass of beer. Here's a large part, and it goes all the way up to a cask of my finest wine. So who's keen? Who would like to jump?
Thumper says, I'll go first. I'm a rabbit, you see.
All right, well, we're accepting of all types. If you jump as far as a barrel, or absolutely, I'll serve it to you myself. Okay, so you got to run in and do a lucky leap, hence the name of the tavern.
All right. I'll do a lucky leap, but I want to see. I mean, I have my rabbit hop, and that's just 10 feet. But do I add anything to my regular jump, or do I have to do a roll for that?
It's equal to your strength score as your base. So if you have a strength of 18, you can jump 18 feet. Your strength of 3, you can jump 3 feet.
Yeah.
Patrons who are well in
I have an 8
this time go jump, 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 jump.
Well, I mean, my question is, I can jump 10 feet as my rabbit hop feature. Can I use that?
I would also read that as an additional 10 feet. because 10 feet is the average amount of jump that you can do. Well, that's what an average commoner can do, because the average strength is 10.
Okay.
So I'm going to say,
okay.
maybe this is not rules as written, but we're going to go with this anyway.
Well, my strength is an 8, so I will go 8 feet, and then I add the 10? Yeah?
Yeah, so jump 18
Okay,
feet.
I go 18 feet. These are each 5, right? These squares?
Yep.
Alright, so I just hop over here. It's about 18. I'm like right by the edge of the barrel.
Sure. And just by the way, if you have a look outside of the pub, you'll notice, just to emphasize the art here, see the moon in the sky? Notice that it's shattered. Which,
Oh, wow.
which I explained before, where this is how the Dark Angels were defeated. But Thumper,
Creepy.
Thumper, you jump a full 18 feet as the crowd, well inebriated, says, jump, 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 jump. Oh, that is better than the average. You've earned yourself a mug of ale, Governor. On the house.
All right. I see 3 mugs on the floor here. I see a mug and 2 bottles.
Well, just an indication. You get between 15 and 20 feet, you get a mug of ale. You've done an extra couple of feet, you would have got 2 mugs. Oh, what about you, Governor? I heard elves can fly. Do you want to prove me wrong? Sister Silas?
Does it have to be a jump? Like, what are the rules for this contest?
No actual flying. That's a word for that. It's called cheating. Just a plain old physical jump.
Oh.
What did you have in mind? Maybe you can twist my arm, Governor.
What if I change form?
That's probably cheating too.
That's this. Yeah, well,
But it's just a normal jump. I'm just a different creature.
This guy was a bunny.
Look, lad.
Oh, yeah.
I've been around the block a few times. I used to be an adventurer like yourself. I know all the tricks that you can do. Just a plain old humanoid jump. And you're probably going to find a way to twist my words, Governor. And I got to say, I can respect that. But I'll put it this way. If you can pull one over on old Drisio Tane, and you can do a humanoid jump, and you saw past my barrel of fine wine, then so be it. If you can do a humanoid jump, more power to you, Governor.
Okay. He'll, I wish my strength score was higher. This sucks. I'll with my beautiful strength score of 8. As I crouch down to jump, he'll cast jump on himself to triple it.
Can you make me a sleight of hand check? Because you're moving into the dodgy territory to see if people notice you doing it. You're trying to subtly
That's
cast
not bad.
the spell. Drisio Tane's no pushover.
Yeah.
Bringing up his stat sheet. His perception is a +5.
Oh boy.
Which makes it a 15 for his passive perception.
Ooh.
Nice.
So how far do you actually jump, Silas? As you subtly jump 24 feet?
24, yeah.
My God. You're not even a rabbit, mate. Are you powering gun, mate?
It's the elvish blood.
The crowd cheer. They've never seen somebody jump as far as this before. Oh, so... Oh, well done, lad. Look, no one has even gotten this close before. And why you didn't quite make the 25 feet for the bottles of wine, I'm going to give them to you anyway. And he hands you over 3 bottles of red wine.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
All right, Governor. Well done. What's your name, son?
Silas.
Silas to Silas the Long-Legged. Everybody cheers. Silas the Long-Legged. And everybody comes around, pats you on the back. You suspect they're wanting wine, but you're all of a sudden the center of attention, Silas. How does Silas feel about that?
He gave 3 bottles.
3 bottles of wine. Fine red wine.
He'll crack one open and share with the tavern.
Right. Or even more popular. You're never gonna let Alf show you up like that, right? He says to Vulgar. Come on, give it a go. Here bugbears can jump as far as anyone. Vulgar?
Sorry. Sorry. Did you repeat that?
You saw Silas jump a long distance to get 3 bottles of weird wine, and his Ricio Tane, the proprietor's coming up and said, you're not going to let an elf show up a bugbear, right? I'm sure our bugbear can jump much further than that. Come on, give it a go. What you've got to lose except for free alcohol?
I do love to drink.
And everybody starts saying, jump, 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 jump.
Jump, jump,
Jump, jump, jump.
Vulgar's kind of bouncing his head, up and down to the rhythm of everybody getting ready. What do I need to roll?
Unless you have any special things, you can jump with a running jump up to your strength score. So if your strength score is 15, you can jump 15
I don't
feet.
think...
If it's 20 feet. So
I don't think I have anything cool like that helps. Unless I can use my long arms somehow to catapult myself. Like I don't know what you call that.
almost like you walk like a gorilla, right? Using his knuckles. And you're going to use your knuckles and your feet to propel you. Is that the idea?
Right. Yeah, because it gives me 5 extra feet. When I do unarmed strikes, so maybe I can reach out a little further.
Yeah. Tell you what, make me an athletics check. Any score above 10 gives you an extra foot. So 11 will give you 1 extra foot, 12 will give you 2 extra feet. So make an athletics check. So 4 extra
I didn't know I was
feet.
at advantage.
If everybody rolls, I always take the first roll. So 14. And what's your strength score?
13.
So you soar through the air a full 17 feet, which is pretty damn good. And he says, all right,
Holy.
not quite as good as the elf, but here, that's good enough for a mug of ale.
And Vulgar immediately downs the ale in one giant gulp.
It's a thing for Vulgar. And throughout the night, Ricio Tane is a gracious host. He engages you in conversation. He tells you that he used to be an adventurer, but he's since retired, and the Lucky Leap Tavern is his retirement fund. He regales you stories of adventures that he's gone on. If you wish to drink, you can. And
I'm going to share with Stinky Jerome.
You still have Stinky Jerome?
Yeah, he tied to my belt. I'm going to share my ale with him.
Oh,
Because I'm sure he misses the taste of ale.
You didn't leave him at the temple?
No.
Jeez.
I have it with me. I promised him I'd carry it, and I told how long?
Yeah, I think I have I had this cool pig token, but I can't find it, so I'll find it for next week.
Stinky Jerome.
Stinky Jerome. We'll have a token for Stinky Jerome. Nick, are you taking him to Willow Creek, by the way? Out of interest?
No, just say no.
I want to so bad.
We should find a home for him.
But he needs to be here in case he can get better.
Fair enough. Whatever. I want to give him a nice night here, so I'm gonna share my. Buy him a couple of drinks and share with some food with him.
Yeah.
Some memory of some video I watched of a pig enduring a bottle of beer.
Part of me wants to bring him on the adventure, get him some studded armor.
Battle pig.
Right.
Okay, so the night for the for staying at the Lucky Leap Tavern is a silver per person, and to get fed in the morning would be another silver. So if you can find 2 silver between you, that would be good. And someone's just having a bit of a technical problem. Let me help out that person. So just give me a second.
Do I have any silver? Question. How are you guys keeping track? Sorry, a question for you guys. How are you guys keeping track of your gold and everything?
Just manually.
Yeah, it's just in my Beyond 20.
Okay. Sora shared the gold between everybody, right? So we each
Wait, from
got
what?
from
What
when we passed by the gambling house and got 10 gold from the bugbear in the front.
Oh yeah.
Did she share it with everyone or?
Good.
I don't know.
Shit.
I don't know.
I'm sleeping outside with Stinky Jerome. I'm broke as a joke.
I can cover you. It's all good.
Oh, thanks, Silas. You're very hospitable. Very hospitable.
Got you.
Now you're sleeping inside with Stinky Jerome.
There you
Yeah.
go.
My friend. I'm gonna give Stinky Jerome a bath as well in the inn.
Yeah, well, because pigs aren't actually stinky.
Right. His name's still gonna be Stinky Jerome.
Just because it's Dex.
Yeah.
Of course, when he comes back to being a human, he'll probably hunt you down and kill you.
Nah, he gave him a bath.
Yeah, he'll remember this night forever. Or maybe he won't. Maybe he'll remember the night as a human, though he was a pig.
Or he'll have no memory and there'll just be some strangers calling him Stinky Jerome.
Maybe he was actually a mass murderer in real life. Maybe he's a real asshole, right? Just because you're poor doesn't mean you're humble and nice. Maybe.
True.
True. So true.
What if his name's actually Jerome?
It's a good name.
Hey, sorry, just... Sorry, just helping someone with something here. Just give me a second.
It's all good. You don't have to be nice. It's me.
Oh.
My character sheet's messed up, everyone.
He went to
Kick
level
him.
3. I'll tell you what. Go back to level 1. There's a button in your cogwheel under Vulgar, and it has a lot of ugly looking stats. Right at the bottom. Actually, do you want me to just launch you back to level 1 and then you can just create a level 1 character and then bump up to level 2? That might be easiest.
I love it.
Okay. Alright. So, just go back into your character sheet and create your level 1 character again, and then advance it to level 2.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Alright. Okay, so, pleasant night. We're going to switch over to the Wildhammer Manor, though. Don't have a Wildhammer, so we'll just bring it across to this map. And play some this music. Okay, so Ari and Itare return to the Wildhammer Manor. Anything in particular you do on the way there, or when you get there for that matter?
I think Ettore is gonna go straight to the kitchen, as always. He doesn't really play around. So he's just gonna walk in there and set down his knives, make sure everything is in its place. He'll light himself a candle, and he'll take out the book from his satchel and he'll like lay it on the counter. And he'll like feel it and look at it, but he won't open it up.
The Wiltemmers,
And so he'll find
the Wiltemmers are expecting dinner. The staff makes you well known. And you know that if you can't do two things, you can't both go rescue Byra and be here present to cook. You could hand it over to a sous chef, I thought you might have, or some other solutions. But you can't both cook the Wiltemmers dinner and rescue Byra. So how does Ettore resolve this complication?
I think he'll prep. He'll spend the night prepping for his sous chef. Make sure all the ingredients are ready. Anything that needs to be kneaded or rolled up, chopped up, neatly tucked away with a list of the recipes for the day. And he's gonna, yeah, I think that's what he's gonna do to prepare.
It's going to take you a day to get to Willow Creek and a day to travel back from Willow Creek. But also you prepare 2 days worth of recipes. This is quite a lot of work considering the busy day you had. So I'm going to say you both prepare, well, make one of those cooking skills checks we talked about, which was based on wisdom, I believe. To see how the meal goes this evening.
Oh, I was doing it based on performance last time.
Sure, whatever it was. Performance, that's fine.
Okay. God damn it.
You're kidding.
No way.
Just poison them.
He's gonna get
The book's aura.
literally. He looks at the book and he just fucking throws it across the room.
Every time Ettore, the expert chef, comes to cook, you rolls a natural one. That's unbelievable. The Wiltemmers are not happy. They demand you to prepare them a second dish. They won't even eat it. They're that disgusted. And they don't shout at you, but they talk to you in a very simple monotone. That is not good enough, Ettore. Make us something better, or there will be consequences. And it's almost more threatening that they're so level monotone. It's almost more threatening. You better make them something else, Ettore. Let's see that natural one again, shall we?
Dude, this sucks. Okay, that's something. My God.
Better.
Oh my God.
Obviously rush this through. I could eat this at any common restaurant, but it will suffice for this evening. Do better.
Of course.
And you stay up all night almost, preparing, going over things in excruciating detail with the sous chef. The sous chef is capable, but he's no Ettore, which is hard to say with all these natural ones he keeps rolling. But in theory, he's a much lesser chef than you. I'm going to have you make you a constitution save. DC 10, please. A con save.
Okay.
It's a phony. You're used to the long hours under the tutelage of Ozar the Exquisite, so you get only a couple of hours of sleep, but such is the life of a chef. And you get through and you prep stuff and you're feeling confident that the sous chef can handle stuff in your absence. And that's what you should be rolling, those sort of numbers that Volga is sharing with us.
Right.
And is Ari doing anything of note in the evening? She's got paperwork to
No,
do, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, she would probably, let them know she was going to be gone for a few days and just finish up anything that needed to be done. And then go to have sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams are had by all except for Ettore, who's in a coma for 2 hours, but he wakes up refreshed. If you had failed that con save, you would have had a point of exhaustion, by the way, Ettore.
Oh my God.
So good. And you all,
Thank you.
as agreed, meet up the next morning in the Lucky Leap Tavern. Place is lively. Those who ordered breakfast can have a nice greasy. Oops, that's the wrong one. Have a nice greasy meal. This is the correct one. Have a nice greasy meal. You know, fried eggs, bacon, that type of stuff. Not that you'd like to eat it very often, but it's definitely a hearty breakfast.
I don't share the bacon with Stinky Jerome. I just give him some of the eggs.
Fair enough. He would have eaten the bacon. And Atori and Ari join up with you. And you.
I got an error message. Something.
Yeah, I did too. I had to refresh the roll
Okay.
20 really quickly.
So
Yeah, I think we're gonna do that as well.
We do have to. Okay.
Yeah, just refresh it and it should be alright.
It might be my fault. I think I had 2 Lucky Leap Tavern maps on there, and I think I got confused. But I deleted the old one, so I think just a refresh of your browser will fix the problem.
Okay. Yeah. It's all fixed. I'm like, I've never seen that message before.
Good morning, everyone. How are we feeling?
Fabulous. How are you feeling?
Like I was just born.
Oh, I slept soundly as I could with a snoring pig next to me.
Oh, do
But he's
pigs snore?
cute, isn't he? He's not
Stinky
stinky anymore.
Jerome.
He's not stinky anymore, you notice. I give him a nice bath.
You're simply smelly now.
Yeah, he's just enjoying a plate of eggs on the floor. And I'm eating grits and bacon and sausage. Volga, you sleep all right last night, mate? Anything? You feeling a little bit different? Volga.
Is muted.
Sorry.
He might be talking. but he's
Sorry,
not.
I'm still messing with my character sheet. I think it's what's messing everything up because I keep getting error messages. It won't build it. Yes, I slept. I slept just fine, and I feel fantastic this morning.
You look good. You look good. Silas, any nightmares last night?
Nothing of note. No.
All right. Keep us posted on those visions.
We'll do.
Hey, Tori,
Yes, my furry friend.
did you cook anything nice for the Wiltamers last night?
I've brought shame to the name of Ozar the Great yesterday evening. I could
No,
not sleep
can't
at all. After all the years of training, all the time that I spent learning the craft, I cannot seem to put my knife.
Yeah, take it easy on yourself, mate. Maybe that's the problem. You're being too hard. Just have the. You went through the training. You were at the weary over, for God's sake.
But
You
if
got
I
this.
do not maintain focus, I lose control.
Well, let's make sure you hold on to that focus.
Yeah, it's probably just new situation and extra nerves. You'll get into your rhythm.
Thank you, Miss Hari. Thank you. Shall we go retrieve the halfling girl so I can have my recipe?
Yeah, we should stop by the market or somewhere on the way out. We need to pick up some things, right?
Oh, what do you need to pick up?
Oh, I thought you being a woman of artifice or whatever you want to call it, you might need to.
No?
No, all right. I don't need anything. I don't think Stinky Jerome needs anything. Oh, all right. Well, are you gonna have any breakfast with us? Or are you just gonna stand there and stare at me eat food?
We already ate.
Ah, okay. all right then.
We ate at home.
All right. I scarfed down the food. And though I said that I'm gonna leave Jerome, I'm gonna take him.
Okay.
That's a long way for a pig to walk. Are you You gonna get him a cart?
He could use the exercise.
Okay. So, you leave the Lucky Leaf Tavern, head back onto the streets of Oathbreaker, and you leave out the Crown Gate via the markets. And you're back onto the plains of Eglarion. And you see, oops, it's quite pleasant out here. It's the fields are. Let me get your marker for this map. Oops, that's the wrong screen. What's going on? Steal the one from Oathbreaker. Here we go. So you head out, or probably one of the other gates actually, to head north. And you can see why this is such a prosperous land. There are numerous farms here with numerous farmers. You see farmers bringing their wares to markets back and forth along the roads here, along the King's Road. You see carts full of fish coming from Ronald's End. A lot of lumber, mostly lumber, coming from Willow Creek. And for all the farmlands, there's like livestock farms, there's grain farms, and the whole thing is buzzing. And it's not long you realize that Oathbreaker Plains and Willow Creek Plains are very much the breadbasket of Oathbreaker. Same down here, Olden Plains as well. Everything flows mostly to the town of Oathbreaker being the biggest city by far. So, further emphasizes what a prosperous time this is. Everything is running really, really smoothly. And you travel along the King's Path. And just a second. Okay. And a Tori. Choosing it randomly. Roll me a D100, please.
Okay. God damn.
16. You see a couple of groups of kids, about 6 per side, and they're playing a game of street ball, a game of soccer or football if you prefer the term football. And the two groups of 6, they're fighters. Like, every game needs a goalie, all right? Someone's got to be goalie. I'm not going to be goalie. You're going to be goalie. And they start pushing and shoving because everyone refuses to be the goalie. Now you be goalie. I don't want to be goalie. I'm a striker. I was born a striker. I'm going to die a striker. You be goalie. Does it intervene at all?
I think the bugbear is really good with arms. He could be goalie.
Oh, they're just kids. They need to sort it out.
I
You were
agree.
once a kid, no? You were once a
Yes,
kid, no, Ari?
I was. And, they've got to figure out if no one wants to be a goalie, they should play a different game. Or someone needs to make a compromise.
Goalies. We could argue that goalie is the most important role on the team. Why wouldn't you want to be
Yeah.
goalie?
That's
Yeah,
right,
well.
Mr. Fairy. Why don't you be goalie for us?
What's in it for me?
Glory.
Glory.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I join them.
We
I
have
tie.
we have
With
a
the
kid,
pig.
we have a kid to save.
Oh shit.
We don't have time for playing
Oh,
games.
right. Sorry, thank you for keeping me on track. Listen, I'll be back in a day's time. Save me a round, and I'll play goalie for you. All right?
Mister. All right, I'll take your word for that. No, you be goalie. No, you be goalie. And they constantly bicker back and forth as you keep
Hey.
behind.
Have any of can we ask them if they've seen this girl?
Which girl is
Yeah.
that, miss?
As any of you,
Halfling, and we got a description presumably, but I don't remember what it was. But
Yeah. Her name. Oh, yeah, she came through here a few days ago. And she was happy to be goalie. She's actually quite good. Not boring old sticking
oh yeah,
muds like you.
do you know
old
where
farts.
she was headed?
Yeah, Willow Creek.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, well, when you're over 160, you're get to be a little crotchety, right?
Why am I listening to you? You're old. And they go back to playing football.
no respect for the elderly. These people.
Of course, Ari doesn't look old. She
No,
looks
yeah.
young, right? Because she's an elf.
You said
Silas
106,
will
so-
chuckle.
Well, the kids
Yeah,
don't
Silas
know.
will chuckle when you say you're 106.
160.
He'll be like, still young, I see.
Old Silas, actually Silas probably wouldn't actually know, would he?
It's unknown, but he's hella old.
Hello, old, alright. Okay.
Put that on the character sheet. Hella old.
No, it just says unknown on the character sheet because he doesn't. I know, but he doesn't know.
Oh.
Is the character sheet going vulgar? You are muted if you're trying to talk, Mr. Vulgar. How's it going?
I'm not even trying anymore on Roll20. I'm on D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay. Well, that works better for you. Then just roll with it. Okay, cool. And is your D&D Beyond character good?
No.
Well, let's just go with whatever you have at the moment, and I'll sort it out for you post session. Sound good, Vulgar?
Yeah, that's fine.
So just run with some approximation of what you think Vulgar can do if we get into combat or something like that. Okay, so leaving some bratty kids behind who thinks 160 years old is old. And they do think it's old regardless. They don't get elf years. But eventually, you come to the town of Willow Creek. As I said, Willow Creek is it's mostly a logging town. All the logs are brought in from here to Oathbreaker. There's no great security. You come across a farming and logging village. What do you do?
Well, I mean, I look for the first person around, and I ask. I mean, I look around for anyone that looks like they're not busy, and I ask them if they've seen. I keep forgetting her name. It's
Byra.
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 Byra. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, but you see a little halfling girl, Byra.
Oh, yeah, she's here every now and then. Haven't seen her for a few days, but, yeah, what you looking for Byra for? She got herself into trouble again.
Again?
Yeah, again. Yeah, what do you mean again?
Well, she often has disagreements with her parents, according to them. She says they're limiting her, they're not letting her follow her dreams, and eventually she comes huffing and puffing and annoyed at the world here and hangs out with the locals for a bit. We calm her down and say, look, they're your parents, they've got the best interest for you. She says, all right. And she goes back. That's happened about 2 or 3 times. She's I guess you'd call it run away from home. But I haven't seen her for a few days.
Willow Creek is a place as a usual home after running away from home, isn't it?
Oh, for her it is.
Beautiful town you have here. Well, she's gotten herself into real trouble now. Hell-bent on being an adventurer like our wonderful party here. But as you can tell, she's of small stature and very young and inexperienced, and she's convinced herself that she can hunt what we believe to be a horrible creature.
I think it's best you go talk to the leader of the town then, Miss Rowan. She keeps her finger on the pulse better than anyone, so go see Miss Rowan.
And where would we find her?
Direct you over here to the town hall. And you go to the town hall. Apparently Rowan is in some important meeting at the moment. His secretary asks you to wait. In about 15 minutes, you're welcomed in. And you see this female called Rowan. She says, oh, hello. My secretary informed me you wish to see me. I'm quite busy at the moment. How can I help you?
Hello, Rowan. I'm Thumper Van Bramble. This is Silas, Ari, Ettore, and Volga. And this is my friend, Stinky Jerome. And look, we're here looking for the troubled young halfling. We know she's been around these parts, but this time she's gotten herself into some real trouble. She's hunting a beast. Got it in her mind that she's going to be an adventurer like us, but we took on the parents' plight and we made an offer to go and find her and help her. Do you know which direction she may have gone in?
Yes, I do know. I do my best to keep my tabs on Byra. Pretty much at the request of her parents. My understanding, she went west to a logging camp. This was a west to a logging camp, and this was some days ago, and I'm starting to get a bit worried.
She should have been back by now?
Well, she should have been back a day or so ago. So I'm quite concerned. I was about to search out a search party, but it sounds like you're the search party I was looking for. Now here's the thing though. The logging camp is about 3-4 hours to the west. There's the trail to follow there. If you wish to go there, I would suggest leaving now, though there's a chance you're going to get lost out there. But if you wait till the morning, then I'm sure it's going to be straightforward enough. So I'm not sure how you're feeling, whether you think you can push on this evening or wait till morning.
Pretty sure my character's from this area, I think.
Yes, yes you are.
I would say that we could go to my, I don't know, cabin in the woods, I guess, and then it'll be a little closer, and then wait till morning from there.
Well, we don't know Byra's fate. I don't know if I'm all. I mean, personally, I'm not all right with a little thing like that.
I can see in the dark, but I don't know if anyone else can.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine in going around in the dark. It's just, a little more dangerous. But yeah.
Well, I think I'm the only one, but I can cast light.
Attract every creature in the forest.
Yeah.
You can summon everything.
The DM didn't want to say.
um,
All right,
well,
I mean, if
you
it's
have a
best we'll wait till
cabin.
morning.
You have a cabin close by here.
Yeah, it's just on the edge of the woods. It'll be closer than staying in town and waiting until morning, so that if we
And
do decide to stay the night.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea.
All right. Yeah. Let's head over to your humble abode, Silas.
Bids you farewell, and he says, well, good luck out there. I must admit that not often we get people searching for lost people out of the goodness of the heart. I have to just throw a few gold pieces together. But Willow Creek appreciates you, and I appreciate you.
Rowan, I do want to ask you for one thing.
Yes.
Do you have any information on what this creature might be that Byra's hunting?
You mentioned it could fly, and that it shoots spikes from its tail as big as spears. Not sure what that is.
Oh no.
But I know from that description what it is, possibly, or have a half-ass idea.
I'm going to do some D&D geekery first. Who knows what that creature might be? Just as players.
I can't
A
remember.
A
manticore.
chimera.
Manticore.
Yeah,
Is it
I'm
a
thinking
manticore?
I'm thinking of manticore, but that might be.
We'll say, Silas, you have seen this creature flying around. It was a lot more active before you had your vision and I went to Oathbreaker, but you have seen this creature. And it does match. It is a manticore, I'll just say that. And so,
Blimey.
Pretty dangerous.
Blimey. It's a dangerous creature.
it is a dangerous creature. And in case you don't
Do we know if it is flies around at night or just during the day?
From the time Silas has seen it, it's only been during the day. Look at that. Some new 2024 Manticore art. That's what they look like.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Scary.
I want that flying carpet.
Maybe not the Manticore.
I think I have to be a higher level.
I like it how the carpet has
damn.
got some Manticore spikes in it as well. So
Yeah, I like the detail.
with the art. All right. So, so somebody asked Rowan something. I'm not sure if I answered the question.
Yes. It was just what kind of creature it was. We concluded on the manticore.
Oh, one kick thing. How much are you asking for the pig? We could use a pig for cooking. How much?
Oh well, this is not a pig. This is my friend who's been turned into a pig. He's joining the adventure.
He's not for sale.
He's not for sale.
Okay, you can understand.
Or for
my
eating.
asking. Of course,
I understand.
I respect that, but you understand my reasons
I'm
for
sure
asking.
there's plenty of boar. I'm sure there's plenty of boar in the woods here. I mean, you don't need a pig.
All right. So, pressing through the night, to get to Silas's cabin, which we'll say is about here. Silas, why don't you describe for us all what your cabin looks like?
So it's actually not completely run down, like fairly well built cabin. It's not too large. It's got some overgrowth on it, and then like towards the back outside of it overhangs like kind of a hill, and he'll have like a telescope up there. It's like a clearing that looks up to the sky.
Is there room for 6?
On the floor, yeah.
Okay.
You'll have like some hammocks or some put together bed rolls and stuff that he can jimmy together.
Cool. The bedrolls are laid out, hammocks are strung up. Some of you have to sleep on the floor, so yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Also, like all throughout inside, you'll have like drawings and writings of like stars and star maps and constellations and such.
Ooh.
Is there like a fire pit in there somewhere?
Yeah, there'll be like a fireplace with a chimney.
Okay. Then Ettore wants to cook something for us
He'll
while we're on our adventure.
scrounge together anything that he has. There won't be anything like high quality or anything like that.
Okay, maybe some like old flour or veggies or something
Some
around.
roots.
Yeah, it'll be
Nuts.
stuff that he like foraged for and such. And he'll maybe
Alright.
have some like meat drying on a rack or something.
Feels like this
Okay.
is a Master Chef challenge, right? You're left with limited ingredients, and what is the
Yeah.
genius of Ettore can put a meal together? So let's see. Ettore, make a performance check for us.
I hope it's a 20 when he doesn't need to impress
Yeah.
anyone.
Right.
It's a
Oh,
No!
Starting
dude.
to question your skills as a chef here.
Seriously.
Dude, I have a +4, bro.
To be fair, that's an improvement. That's an improvement.
Yeah. By
So
one.
he makes you guys like a pretty tasteless soup with like potatoes and mushrooms and whatever veggies are there, and then tries to make a toast out of whatever wheat is left. It's sad, but
It's
he
food.
blames it on he blames it on the inventory.
Yeah, the inventory and the environment of the kitchen and stuff.
We could have looked for some fresh mushrooms on our way here
Yeah.
if we thought of it.
Noted.
So,
So Ari wants you to what?
Sorry.
Oh,
Ari,
sorry.
off you go. You're fine. Ari.
Ari wants to ask about the telescope. What does this do? Would she? Because this presumably is not a common thing.
No. He'll just show you how to use it, like how to look through it and
Ooh.
how it like zooms in on the stars.
So is this like what you do? You study the stars and the movements?
Yeah, I find them quite fascinating, and he'll show you like his star map that he has.
Ooh. Wow.
And his star map will like almost seem like the constellations on it are moving and the stars are twinkling.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah. In reality, it's just his casting focus for his subclass.
Oh.
Sounds as if Ari is impressed already with this telescope.
Yes.
You actually purchased once for the Wilthammers once. They requested you to go to the market. And you found one, but it sets you back a cool 1,000 gold pieces for this telescope. And that's further impressive that this reclusive elf has such an elegant piece of machinery, which I guess would maybe pique Ari's interest as well. It's a truly remarkable piece.
Thumper's fast asleep with he's like big spooning Stinky Jerome snoring just as loud as him.
Beautiful.
Okay. All right. So the night goes without incidents. You wake up refreshed. And I'm going to say that Silas knows these woods pretty much like the back of their hands. You've never ventured into the thorn woods, which is a very descriptive sound for what it is. It's very thorny, lots of spiky plants there. It's very hard to traverse there. But the King's Forest is pleasant. It's even the crown even provides a little money to keep the King's Forest in such a good condition. Because every year there's the King's Hunt, where the King comes and tries to hunt down the biggest boar or the biggest deer. And there's in fact, a royal hunting lodge that is used for exactly that purpose. So the King's Forest is well maintained. Given the description from Rowan, you're directed to the logging camp, and Silas takes you there more or less directly. And you see some loggers who've probably been there since daybreak, and you guys woke up at daybreak, and they're already getting their gear ready to head out to do some logging. So it's a logging camp that he's directed you to.
I guess we'll go up and ask if they've seen Bryn.
Oh no, never heard of no one named Bryn, miss.
Oh, sorry. Byra.
Byra.
Oh, Byra! You should have said Byra, of course.
Yeah, my mistake. Sorry.
Well, look, we had this strange creature flying around, and quite frankly, it took out a couple of our mates. This was a few days ago, and Byra, we all know Byra, we know and love her, but she was determined to get some sort of revenge, and she went out hunting for them. And she headed further west, deeper into the forest. Not last night, but the night before that. And quite frankly, we're worried about her. We've searched around for her, but we can't find her. I'm not sure if any of you guys are good at tracking, but would sure appreciate your help.
Right. Well, we'll keep looking.
Oh. The bugbear might be good at that. But his sense of smelling that.
Yeah, I'm thinking somebody's probably good at that in our party.
How's Volga's survival skills there, Volga? Yeah, muted if you're trying to talk. Maybe lost in character creation land.
Yeah. My survival's not too bad. I have a +2.
Mine's
Good
pretty
try.
good.
Yeah. Well, these are your forests.
See what the dice gods say, though.
I'll say with the assistance with, who was it, Thumper? You can do so at advantage.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, nice.
A dirty 20. You do pick up the trail of some very small footprints. Indicative of someone like a halfling. And you approach an opening. And you find Byra. But there's a complication. And I'll just bring you onto the map. So we'll be back. Silas, Thumper, Vulgar. And actually, seeing what you see from a distance, can everybody make me a stealth check? Because I suspect you're going to want to approach this stealthily. So stealth checks, we'll treat this as a group stealth check.
Apologize, I do not have pass without a trace.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Yo.
Thumper,
It's
you're
the
rolling
pig.
Thumper, you're rolling
It's
like
the
a
pig. I blame
Tory's. You're rolling like a Tory's cooking.
Yeah.
These dice are cursed.
So you thump through the forest. Well, Tory would.
Literally.
Yeah, that's just not good enough, guys. So no stealth. And this is the sight you see before you.
Oh hell no.
Oh, webs?
You see
Are those
Byra.
like spider webs?
They are. You see Byra in the webs, and you see what could only be the manticore in the webs. Both of them are not moving.
Uh-oh.
Both of them are not moving.
Do we see a spider? We don't see a spider.
Um,
Can we make perception checks?
sure.
Yeah. Manticores don't weave webs, do they?
Not as far as you know. Thumper, you got a perception check there for me?
There we go.
No, you do not see a spider. And
Hmm.
quite high in the trees, just going to give them wings. And if you zoom in really close on the tokens, you'll see there's a 30 on the little token on them, implying that they're 30 feet up in there. While they're not technically flying, that's how high they are up in the web.
Oh.
Oof. Well, got quite a situation here, mate. Well,
We do.
our dangerous beast is stuck, but our damsel in distress is stuck as well.
What
How
I'm
we
going
go
to
about
do,
this?
I'm going to suggest we end it here. It's a little bit early, but this will give Volgar a chance to sort out his character sheet. And quite frankly, you're going to need all the help you're going to get. And Sarah will be back next week. So it seems like, so as opposed to getting into the battle and then bringing people in next week, I think we'll just put a nail in it here and pick it up next week.
All right.
Does that sound cool?
Sounds good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right. Take care, everyone.
All right.
We'll see you next
Great
Wednesday.
session.
All right.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night. Good session, guys. A lot of fun.
Thanks guys.
Take
Have a
care.
good night.
Bye-bye.